It sure said the thing go meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's footy fantasy, yeah, watching footy fantasy, footy fantasy. It sure said the thing go meet your football needs, your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive, sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see, your eyes go see. It's footy fantasy, footy fantasy.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of the Footy Fantasy Podcast. It is your boy, Olga Kwame. And listen, I think I like that intro, so I'm just going to play it again.
You're watching Footy Fantasy. It sure said the thing go meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's footy fantasy, yeah, watching footy fantasy, footy fantasy. It sure said the thing go meet your football needs, your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive, sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see, your eyes go see. It's footy fantasy, footy fantasy.
All right. If you were wondering why I played it again, I'm just delaying the cooking, okay? I know somebody is here to cook, and I'm delaying the cooking for as long as I can. Listen, it may be the day that the Lord has made, but we are not rejoicing. And we are not rejoicing, and we're not glad in this, bro. Hey, Ola, what's going on, bro? Tell us how you're feeling. How are you?
Well, man, I'm jamming to that beat. I mean, that's kind of beat you should be jamming to after you've jammed Man United at Old Trafford 3 times. So you jam to that kind of dance, you know, you jam to that kind of groove. So what else do you expect me to do? Come on, what do you expect? I have to be ready to cook. I'm sorry, man, no gentleman in this house today. I'm cooking, man, cooking all day long. Thank you for welcoming me. Thank you.
Listen, I can't even be mad at you because if the shoe were on the other foot, I'll do the same. Chucky,
I trust you.
Chucky, my brother in therapy. How are you, bro? How's it going?
I am reflecting on deep regret that I accepted to take this time out. So much. It's like I got the calendar wrong, bad decision.
Yeah.
I'm in it now, though. So yeah, the protection of my mental health is 100%. It was like full force.
Bro, listen. I mean, if anybody has any plugs, you know, to betterhelp.com or Headspace or anything, we need all the therapy we can get. Us United fans, we need all the therapy we can get. If anybody knows a prophet, a pastor, a miracle, we need all the healing and all the miracles and all the prayers we can get. Bro, I didn't even watch the game, but I'm pissed. I am livid. Like, you think I'm gonna go back and watch that nonsense? I don't know what happened. I know Casemiro was hooked at halftime, and that's it. I know he got hooked at halftime, and we conceded 3 goals after 90 minutes. That is all I know. But
yeah, United need this game. United need this because there's been so much talk about United project post Fergie and everything. Past that and ETH coming and people figuring, you know, what we're getting. You know, are we getting the Ajax champion, or are we, you know, like one of the most sought after managers in the league that knows how to work with young players. Sorry. But we needed this. We needed to see another manager from that league come in and apply right balance to his squad. You know, and basically it's compare and contrast. If you look at the raw numbers, and this is why we need managers in the game, right? People like, oh, he's great. You don't need a manager, because if you look at the raw numbers, Yeah,
Hey,
similar
Chucky,
or United numbers better.
Chucky, hold on. Can you? I don't know. Your audio is like echoing. Can you like hop
Yeah,
out and come back in?
Oh
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. Your echo is like there's. I mean, your audio is echoing. There is a
yeah.
There's like 2 to 3
Reverb,
echo.
reverb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me come back to that. Change my audios.
Okay. In the meantime, Ola, talk to me about actually first. Let me do some housekeeping. If you're watching this, if you like this, please give us a like on YouTube. We're at Footy Fantasy. On Twitter, we are at Footy AD Fantasy. On Instagram, it's Fantasy Footy. And share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you've not already done so. And we also have like Cliff Notes versions of these podcasts that do come out about 2 days after we are live. So
Is
that
this
is
better? Just to check, mic check. Is this better?
yeah.
This
It's
is
better.
better. Okay.
Oh, it's
A bit of an echo. A bit of an echo.
it's still echo. It's still echoey.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Let
But
Ola go then.
we'll manage. We can manage. But
Yeah.
I mean, Ola, you're the winner. Tell me what your review is of the Manchester United versus Liverpool game. How were you feeling going into it? The Battle of the Baldies. How were you feeling when the game started, and how do you feel now?
Going into it, I'm also echoing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening? I think that might be you. It might be you, Agakwami.
Me?
Yeah. Am I still echoing?
No, you're not echoing anymore.
No. Okay. Yeah. There must have been something, maybe feedback. But yeah. Anyway, going into it, I won't say I was confident. Our record at Old Trafford is not great. I mean, it's like it's one of those grounds where we just take what we can get. If we can get a draw, take it and run.
Yeah.
I mean, last season it inflicted a lot of chaos on our season last season. When we should have beaten United, but we didn't. And I think we went there 3 times, or twice, lost in the FA Cup and got a draw in the other one. So I wouldn't say I'm ever confident going there. I just think even when Liverpool are clearly the better team, there's no guarantee that we go there and win. And United started well. I mean, I'll just give you a snapshot of what happened. Ogakwa, like you said, you didn't see the game, you were traveling. United actually started well. I think the first 20 minutes, United were the better team, came out firing, and then Liverpool just got to grips with it in midfield. And the problem was United were just making too many mistakes in the back, building out from the back. And it was just clear that eventually it was going to cost United. And the good thing from our point of view, from Liverpool's point of view, is Luis Diaz has found a ruthless streak. Because for us, Luis Diaz has been a very good player for us, but he has not been clinical. I mean, I think the highest number of goals he scored in a season was probably 13 or 15 goals. And for a player of his caliber, he has chances to score at least 20 goals a season. And many of us were even thinking maybe Barcelona will come for him, but Barcelona, they are broke ass, so they couldn't even bid. I mean, they couldn't even dream of bidding because they don't have the money to get him. But there was a lot of noise.
Was he gonna go for anyway, even if he was gonna go?
Sorry?
How much was he gonna go for anyway if he
I don't think Liverpool will sell for less than 70 million, but I don't think there were any concrete bids. But there was just a lot of noise and Liverpool fans were happy. Not that we're happy, but many Liverpool fans were like, okay, if they come in for him, let him go because this guy doesn't score enough. But today, he got 2 chances and bang, scored the 2 chances he had in the first half. And I think that's where the game, the difference with last season was Liverpool managed to get a second goal to like kill the game, basically. Because at 1-0, United could always come back into it, but getting that second goal before halftime was really good. And I mean, Casemiro, I don't want to go in on him because I don't think he was the only guy at fault. He was a convenient scapegoat. I mean, there were other players at fault. He wasn't the only guy, but he got hooked at halftime. And the thing I was just praying was that we need to kill this game with the 3rd goal because it's still Old Trafford, 2-0 up. Come on. We've seen things happen at Old Trafford. 2-0 up is not really. So when Salah did his normal thing and scored again, we're like, okay, thank God, that's all over. Because after 3-0, you're just like, And then the funny thing was, straight from kickoff, after that third goal, he had a chance to score the fourth. He had a chance to score the fourth goal. Yeah, straight from kickoff. Like, I think they passed straight to him. A United player passed straight to him from kickoff, and he just went straight into the box and almost scored. And at the end of it, 3-0 flattered United. It could have been 5, could have been 6. Szoboszlai had one.
It could have been 7 up. It could have been 7 up again.
Maybe not 7, but probably 5. Probably 5. Yeah, it could have been 5. And that's why I'm wearing this jersey, because 2 seasons ago we beat United in this jersey 5-0. With Waka sign.
To remove you from this thing. I'm going to remove you from this podcast. Okay, so
sorry.
Last question to you, Ola, before I go to Chucky, because I know Chucky got a lot to say. But let me just finish with Ola first. Do you think, again, I didn't watch it, so I'm just trying to get information as much as I can. Was it a tactical schooling / masterclass where Slot literally took Ten Hag to school and back? Or was it just Liverpool took their chances when they came and that was it?
I think a bit of both. And for me, you know my past history with Ten Hag. I like to give him props for winning trophies. Because, not every manager manages to do that. Even when you guys had a bad league season, he still won the FA Cup. And you can't sniff at that. He came out with something in post-match interview today. It was like, the XG was not extremely, he was talking XG. And that's one thing I find frustrating with him. He likes to use, that's the thing with stats. You can use stats you can manipulate stats any way you want to suit a narrative. So he was coming out with good stats again. Like, the SG wasn't that bad. Like, he doesn't think it was like a 3-0 scoreline. He was just trying to say stuff like that. I understand where he's coming from, because he has to spin positive. He has to make a positive spin. In answer to your question, I think Liverpool took the chances when we had the chances. And it's easy to talk about tactical masterclass when a team has gone in 2-0 up. It wasn't that we were that much better than United compared to last season, because last season we were better than United. It's just we took our chances this time. And that's what matters in football. We can all start claiming Slot is the Messiah. Yeah, Slot. I think it's too early for that. But I think we played well, took our chances when we should have taken our chances and killed the game. And that's what matters at the end of the day. All this tactical masterclass stuff, we can wait until maybe when Slot actually wins a trophy. Because for me, that's the real barometer. But what's the use of claiming tactical masterclass now when at the end of the season we don't win anything? Then we become Arteta, Hey! So we don't want that. We don't want that, So yeah.
I hear that. Chucky, I'm gonna come to you, but let me take comments really quickly. And I'll just come to you with the same questions. But let me take comments very quickly. They're flying in, and the haters are here. The haters are here. Did ETH really end the era of Kwame on Facebook? Please advise. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. Linger, my favorite West African sister, yelling out my name. Ayo goes United got slotted out. Listening, I bet Ten Hag was looking like a slot machine today, bro. Like, it's crazy. Linger goes, guy, I'm the voice of your dreams. Linger, you are the weapon fashioned against me. Just leave, stop. Again, Linger, I am back. Where you've been? I have been away from you. I have been running away from you and the rest of your cults. Look at her, still calling my name. He was traveling. I was actually traveling. I actually told Ayo about this on, I think, Saturday night? Friday night. Toby goes, when ETH said he would end errors, he was only speaking about other comments. Brother, Jesus Christ. Can you guys talk about the game and not talk
exactly?
I know Oga can see this. Oga, can't I just text you? You would never have my number. I would never give you my number. Toby goes, when are y'all taking questions from the audience? We're taking questions from the audience now. Put in your question. But
about the match. About the match.
Exactly. Give me questions about the match. Toby goes, what is the XG on Oga? Oh my God. The youth is talking to Oga Kwame. Toby says no. Okay, Chucky, let me go to you. I know. I mean, you and I were probably not the greatest admirers of Eric Ten Hag. We have. I mean, I think you even put him on fraud watch before I did, because I put him on fraud watch on August 19th, 2023. August 19th, 2023 is when Ten Hag made it on my fraud watch list, and it hasn't been off since then. So, Chucky, what went wrong today? Was it from the beginning? Did he get the starting lineup wrong, or was it just the players?
Nothing went wrong. Everything went according to how it was supposed to go. I mean, there's a lot to unpack here. Let's start with the fraud comment. I don't think it's a fraud. I think the way people represent who he is fraudulent, right? Okay. I think when Solskjaer left, and people like, yeah, you're a league guy, whatever. That's my only reference to get maybe 2 or 3 managers away from that. When Ole left, we were told that, whether accurately or not, we're told that here's a manager coming from the Dutch league. He's also done something in Germany as well, and he's great with youth players. Like he coaches basically possession-centric football with patterns of play, blah blah blah. Other commentators, whether it was this branding trademark for what, I'm not saying it's correct. I'm just saying this is what was sold, right?
Yeah.
This is what the fans, majority of the fans that are casual watchers that don't watch Ajax or follow managerial careers, this is what they thought they were getting. Versus maybe people that followed Ajax deeply understood that they were getting a pragmatic coach that will set up his team based on the resources he has.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So the fraud there is, I was very, very quick into 2 weeks of watching Ten Hag saying that I don't see the difference between him and Solskjaer as far as the way they're trying to.
I remember you saying that, and I was calling you a dickhead.
I'm like, I don't see it. As being a fan of the system, right? Yeah. As being a non-purist, as being a person okay with counter-attack football, even if it's majority of the setup, I instantly saw it. I was like, this guy is just doing what Solskjaer did. Now, you have to give him credit, right? Because to win tournament ball and win cups is hard to do, right? Yeah. And he's found a way to do it. Okay, so we're now in 2 competing worlds where the old regime, they were making appreciable progress when it came to match day play and position in the league. They didn't have the trophies, like what Ola said, right? And most fans that are very dissatisfied with just the world in general, when they want to watch the team, they want to see them lift hardware. Okay, so that's one world. The second world is on match day, you set up on a way that is exciting, chaotic, but not sustainable. Mm-hmm. You don't. Every now and then you might make progress on match day, but it's just not sustainable. So on the average, you do not.
Right.
But what you're good for is in tournaments when teams are spread thin, when they're a little bit more conservative, you bring that chaos into the tournament. You are sniffing around semi-final, final with a chance to win a cup, and you pull it off. So you get your cup, but you don't get any distinguished position in the league. 2 very disparate situations, right? The answer is, where do we need to be from United culture? Where do we see the team? Where should we be? We should be in the middle. We should be in both. We should be great on match day.
We shouldn't have to pick.
We shouldn't have to pick.
Yeah.
But this is the situation. I mean, this is the 3rd season. There's no other, let's wait. This is the trend, right? All he brings, based on what he knows how to do, is this setup here, where you're doing a high press, trying to get turnovers with now his striker and second striker, or 10, or whatever you want to call it. More like almost close to a 4-4-2 setup. You're evacuating the density in the middle of the field, leaving Casemiro and sometimes Meno alone, while every other team is flooding midfield with high density, like what Slot did. Slot baseline is using 3 midfielders. He said it himself. I'm using 3 midfielders to run and go engage in duels. I know if I can get to Casemiro or Meno and cause them to turn over the ball based on how Ten Hag likes to set up, meaning when Casemiro receives the ball, both our fullbacks are already in the other half.
Yeah, that was a big problem.
Yeah.
In the other half.
Yeah.
If I can just get to Casemiro, get to Meno or Ericsson or whoever he chooses on the day to be the distributor,
You unlock the whole
I'm
defense.
cooking.
You unlock the whole defense. Yeah.
I'm cooking one-on-one every day.
Yeah.
And when I have a bastard like Diaz, someone as
Salah.
Salah, it's game over.
Yeah.
It's game over. I don't care the amount of defenders, which this is how ETH decides to solve his imbalance. Is I'll just get better defenders. I'll get Delete, I'll get Mazarawi. Doesn't work. The best defender can defend the sea. I don't care what they say about content.
Yeah.
Right? You can't cover the whole world.
Yeah.
So it went the way it's supposed to go based on, so it's a masterclass. Slot understood the weaknesses and he exploited them.
Yeah.
Right?
So Chucky, did we even create any like decent chances today?
No, you're not getting what EH is saying. Look at the stat sheet. If you do the blind test, United had better numbers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The managers, right? You have resources. These are high professional players with really high technical skill. They will give you your stats. It's up to a manager to dictate what the balance on the field is. Right?
Yeah.
How attacking we're going to be and what mitigations we're going to put in place in case we lose the ball. In Ten Hag, there's none. Right?
Yeah, but you guys high quality chances though. So that's why I understand why he was trying to use the stats to dress up the fact that it's not a 3-0 scoreline, because Zexi had 2 very good chances from in the 6-yard box.
This is the gamble, right? When they call it this is the gamble. Who do you have taking it? It's not Cavani. It's not Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah. It's not Rooney.
Yeah.
It's not Van Persie. It's Xerxes on his very first EPL start. He had 2 players. You go watch the game. Those chances he got, if it's Cavani, it's goals. 100%. 100%. Can you put me wrong?
Yeah. There were high quality chances for quality forward to score. Yeah.
Goals, right? Okay. So that's the gamble. But even with those 2 goals, Liverpool still scored 3. Casemiro, people, and where my patience run out, people like ETH wants to shroud this thing around individual errors.
He does that a lot. He does that
a lot.
Yeah.
Right? And it's almost like scapegoating, even though I don't know if I don't want to be insidious. I don't think that's his primary goal, right? I think it's a dodge, which now turns into. So Casemiro made 2 mistakes and Meno made 2 very public mistakes. The issue is not the mistake. Every team, Liverpool makes mistakes. Every team makes mistakes, even in front of the goal. The issue with United is our system is such that if those mistakes happen, they're almost fatal, almost always, and that's because of the system.
So tell me how bad was Casemiro today? Because when I was following the game on the ESPN app at halftime, I saw that it was 2-0 because I checked the score. At like the 20th minute, I saw it was 0-0. And then at halftime, I saw it was 2-0. And then when the second half started, I saw that Casemiro was taken off. How bad was he? Like, was he like single-handedly just so terrible?
Let's talk. Casemiro's played for Real Madrid. He plays for Brazil. The guy, I mean, he's kind of body of work speaks for itself. One person passing through, Casemiro isn't Carrick or Steven Gerrard, right? He's not either of these people, right? A player like him, and you're asking to pass through 5 to 6 midfielders, he's gonna make mistakes. Even yet, every now and then, especially early in the season, Casemiro is kind of lax with the ball. He picks bad passes. He picked a couple of, or maybe even more than a couple before he started getting punished for it, right? So he was as bad as he was when he started last season, put it that way. Not any worse and not any better. It was just Casemiro being
So
Casemiro.
the mistakes were just fatal this time. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. We got punished for it.
Okay.
But let Ola, I'm saying from a United
Go ahead.
perspective.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for me, last season, I think Jamie Carragher was out of line when I think he went too personal on the Casemiro thing. In the correct system, like Chiki says, I think his limitations can be minimized. So that's the thing. Like Chiki rightly said, I think I noticed like 2 or 3 times. If we were noticing it from TV, just watch it. When Casemiro is getting the ball, your fullbacks are so advanced that any error from Casemiro is fatal. I'm just basically parroting what Chiki said. So that means it's a system problem. That means, like, even for us last season, Liverpool were having similar issues, and that's why we're involved in so many end-to-end games. And that's one thing maybe Slot has come in. I'm not saying it's a masterclass, but he has noticed that, okay, instead of having that one defensive midfielder, he's bringing 2 sitting midfielders. Now, they're not 6s in the traditional sense, so that it minimizes the amount of space that number 6 has to cover. So Gravenberch is sitting a bit deep, but McAllister is close to him. So it's not like, oh, there's 1 6. So that when Gravenberch turns over the ball, there's another midfielder next to him, maybe to be Szoboszlai, coming to like help out. Now, in United system, Casemiro is the guy all by himself in oceans of space, and your fullbacks are so advanced. So when the ball gets pinched, by the time they are running back, he's overwhelmed because Liverpool, the third goal, you have to go see the third goal, Szoboszlai got the ball, and Casemiro was not even there at that point. So this is the point I'm trying to make. That's a system problem. Casemiro was already hooked by that point. But when Liverpool scored the third goal, it was a 4v2 or a 4v3 at best. Because Szoboszlai just passed the ball to Salah, who was free. And let's not even lie, Onana's positioning on that third goal was atrocious also. But nobody's talking about that. Onana's positioning on that third goal, like, he left so much space for Salah to just slide the ball in. So it's a systems problem. Casemiro, yes, he made bad errors, but I mean, in the right system, it won't be as exposed as he is now. And I think Carragher was out of line last season, the way he went into, and he was doing a bit of that today in the commentary too. I was like, Casemiro this, Casemiro that. Man, you guys have bigger issues. You have bigger issues than Casemiro, man. Honestly, I believe you have bigger issues than Casemiro. Of course, he's past his peak. Let's not deny it. He's past his peak. But I don't think it's the worst problem in the United team.
Well, I mean, not even his fastest peak. I mean, how many midfielders? He's playing in the most relaxed of midfield positions. There are midfielders that are playing even more advanced than him, that are older than him, right?
Yeah.
In top teams. So let's not, people at this ageism thing. The world has moved. Ronaldo is still playing. Messi is still playing.
Yeah, James Milner. See James Milner last week against Man United. James Milner. See how he was playing. Yeah.
We can't use the benchmark of 20 years ago when, you hit 30 and, you should start looking for the door. These people take good care of themselves, even though I'm sure we will have some Champions League talk later, even though, the football organizations are doing as much as possible to take advantage of this and give them more games than humanly possible. Yeah. But I think, speaking to Carragher, I think Carragher is letting the banter war between him and Gary Neville get, so sometimes
I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it at all.
Yeah.
No.
And I know TV, they want to make money, they want to be like YouTubers and blah blah blah. So they introduce all of that stuff. So you have to take what they're saying and which one is technically correct and which one is just banter. And I think that's the banter.
Yeah, that's what I've realized. A lot of these modern day commentators, well, I wouldn't even say modern day commentator, I'll say modern day commentary. Yeah. It is, just take whatever you want to take with a pinch of salt, and then you can dump the rest, because a lot of it is about creating
content.
Yeah. Let me take some more comments, and then we'll go to we'll go to the Champions League about the new format and stuff. Let us go to Toby goes, what is United's goal difference? My brother, I know you have a phone, and you can go to spice.com and you can see where United is. I don't even know what our goal difference is. Get out of here.
Why it's -3 or something like that.
-3. Jesus Christ.
After 3 games.
My God. IOs, they're coming from my man Kwame. So this is why I said I choose violence. Forget this peace streak. Look, like, I chose violence last year. and I was very unwavering on the front lines. But this year, I decided to choose peace, and I'm not gonna let you guys bring me out of that. And so everybody asking about me leaving Facebook. It's not only Facebook I left. I deactivated Instagram as well. I just needed some time to disconnect and focus on other personal things that I have going on in life. That's all. I will be back. I'll be back. Don't worry. But that's why I'm not on Facebook and you're not seeing me. Aya goes 3 things: tactics, Ngolo Canteen, formerly called Ozempic Casemiro. I think when I was asking about what went wrong. Ngolo Canteen. Listen, Ayo, you need to nah. It was not Ozempic Casemiro. Anome goes, Jesus Christ, Oga Kwame, how far now? Long time, my brother. I have not missed you. I have not missed you. You can't stop me. We can't invite you for anything. No, you cannot. Life no be like that, though. Stay with us now. Mental health and all that. You see, I know for a fact that these people, they don't like you to be in good health. Bro, I've been in great mental shape. My emotional health has been stable. I'm just chilling, but they're not happy. They like it when I'm angry. ETH needs to get it together. He needs to more than get it together.
Understatement.
That's an understatement. I personally think he doesn't make it till Christmas, but that's just me. Anome goes, I hope and pray they keep Ten Hag at least another season. Hopefully he wins Carabao Cup this season so he can add that to the trophy list. Anome goes, Thunder will fire you when you are finished causing problems last season. You are worrying about timeout and peace treaty. You really decrease. No. The Bible says all things have passed away and all things have become new. In this season, I'm choosing peace.
Devil quoted Bible. Okay.
Okay.
They bring up another thing that ETH likes to bring up now. This idea of winning trophies kind of balances out everything. Okay. Look, my son plays football, youth football. Mm-hmm. Every time they win a trophy, I get it. Like the feeling, because you want to see a tangible result of all the hard work they put in, not just him, his teammates, and the coach themselves. So it's a good validation of the work you put in. No problem. But there are so many trophies because how commercialized football is. There's so many trophies, and all the trophies, all of them are not created equal, and some of them really don't. It's just a thing to do so you can have some kind of bragging rights.
Trophy, they be like Mangolo.
Exactly. They understand the fanship needs to be satisfied, right? If not, it will just be a league trophy, a European 1 or 2 trophies. Now you have 5, 6, 7, and So a manager saying, if I can pick one of these 5 or 6 trophies, it shows that I'm super successful. I think that's it's not really
genuine.
Yeah, I think they are really trying to scam us when they say stuff like that, especially ETH in this specific instance, right? Let's say he wins Europa League, which I think it will be the thing he will put in his visor. Like, man, for me to keep my job and to keep on keeping the faith at United, I will have to win Europa League because you've done the FA Cup already, you've done the Carabao Cup. The league, the winning the actual league is totally 100% out of the question, right? Because he doesn't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a decent point, and I'm interested to hear what Ola has to say about this too, because I don't believe I'm not hearing the argument that he's won 2 trophies in 2 years. He deserves whatever time they gave him. I'm not hearing it. I'm sorry. When you manage Manchester United, Carabao Cup is not what I brought you here to win. The FA Cup should not be the height of your achievement. FA Cup is the floor in my book. FA Cup should be the floor. Now, when we won that FA Cup last year, I still wanted him gone. He still should have been gone. And it looks like no matter where we end up this season, I had us outside the top 6. I think we're gonna finish like number 7, maybe 8. But if he wins the Europa League, then that's another thing for them to say, he won Europa League. He get another trophy, 3 seasons, 3 trophies. Let's give him another. Like, meanwhile, the day-to-day that we should be seeing is not improving, but is shithousing his way to win another trophy. Like, how? I mean,
well, I mean, you said you wanted my view on that.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's not discount trophies. At the end of the day, even you used to say, at least you saw your armpit, you saw your captain's armpit.
I like armpit.
Okay, but yeah, your armpit fetish. Somebody say your armpit fetish. I don't know. But the reality is, you lifted the FA Cup. You can't discount that. But what I'm going to say is, the league position, yeah, that was ridiculous. Finishing 8th, I think that was your worst Premier League finish ever. Yeah, so that was like, I would say that was very bad. But I always want to balance a bit by saying injuries really wrecked. I know you guys don't like to admit it, but you guys had a lot of bad injuries. And while some clubs can cope with injuries because they have a good squad.
Yeah.
United squad was not great to start off with. So when your injuries started biting, that was a factor. Now, I'm not saying that's the only factor. I'm not saying he's excused from having a very bad Premier League season, but you can't discount the fact that he had a lot of injuries. And that's why I felt maybe he deserved this season. And now this season, he can't have that excuse again because Jim will fix it, has come and spent money. Zekti is in. You got a new right back. I mean, you got Manuel Ugarte, midfielder who wins tackles, interceptions. So I mean, this season your squad depth is a bit better, so you can't really hide behind the fact that maybe I have injuries again. No, I mean, this is final chance. I mean, 3 seasons is usually the barometer for a manager. For me, with Klopp, Liverpool fans will tell you by the 3rd season I was shouting, Klopp, you have not won anything. Now you have to win something.
And that's why I came to you, because you went to the first few years of Klopp without winning anything.
Yeah,
but
I was shouting.
You were making measurable progress, weren't you?
Yeah.
On the day-to-day.
But at the end of the day, like you guys, like even Chuki said, you have to see something tangible with that progress. So you have to see silverware. It doesn't matter. You people laugh at Carabao Cup. Mourinho used to prioritize this. He'll be like, let's just win something first, so that you see something tangible. That buys you a bit of time. Now, I'm not saying that should now say your league position should be negligible. No. But after like the 3rd season of Klopp, we had not won anything. And people were getting restless. Yes, we were making progress, but we had not won anything. And eventually he won something. So, but I think he won something in his 4th season. His 4th season, not even his 3rd season.
Ola, that is absolutely the way to do it. Absolutely, no question. And after this era, I hope it just kind of crystallizes in everyone's head. What you said about Klopp, the current Arteta path is how you do it. Don't worry about the trophies. Start putting the structure in place. Start making good incremental progress on the league. That will eventually turn to trophies in 2, 3, 4 seasons. But the problem is when you get to your trophies, it's now sustainable, right? It's now sustainable. What you're missing from the United story, because maybe you're not too close to the story, is after we won the Carabao Cup, right after that, there was an inflection point where all the league got introduced, now understood who Ten Hag was, how he wanted to play, and we've ever since then has almost been nothing. Like, they just figured us out. Okay, for me, right? After winning the Carabao Cup, the first season,
everything went to shit. We got
so whether there's injuries or no injuries, you see the same thing. I can bet you anything you see. They'll figure it out. Like, this guy plays with an empty midfield. We got him. Right,
bro. Yeah, the donut was exposed in full force. Everybody figured it out. And that's the thing. I understand. Look, I'm not insulting Carabao Cup. Like, bro, I want to show my armpits. To this day, EJ still never show armpits. I will always put my armpits in the face. But you know what I mean. The point is this: Carabao Cup is my floor. That should be the floor. Carabao Cup should not be
Yeah.
should not be what I'm over here saying. Is, bro, my mates are getting to are pushing Manchester City all the way to the last day. My mates are getting to UEFA Champions League finals. My mates are lifting Champions Leagues. That's their ceiling. I'm showing Carabao Cup as my ceiling. That's crazy.
No. I'm not saying you should be saying that's your ceiling. I'm not saying that. That's why I'm saying this is his last chance. I just feel this season. I agree with you. Do you know why I agree with you? I think by December, this inconsistent run is still going, I think Sir Jim will pull the trigger because they wanted to replace him. This is what Carragher was arguing with Gary Neville with after the match today. That you guys actually wanted to replace him. It's just you couldn't find a proper manager to replace him. And I think if this bad run continues, I don't think he's going to survive Christmas.
Is it that Ola? I think it's what you said, but it's more things. The marriage between Ineos and ETH is very interesting because you have a young organization. When I mean young with managing football teams, right? Young organization that haven't won nada. Yeah, not won anything. Married to a manager that understands how to win cup. Won it in Ajax, won it in the EPL, right? Yeah. I know they wanted to replace him. Everybody knows this. They talked to they offered salaries, right?
Yeah,
they did.
Yes.
Right? But when those managers came back with their own feedback, like, okay, you want me to be your manager? Here's my salary package for us to do this thing. They took a look at ETH and like, we were in the stadium when this guy won an FA Cup against City, right?
Yeah.
What are other teams doing in Switzerland and in France? They're doing nada. We do not have a cup-winning managers. Do we have the cojones to fire a cup-winning manager right after they win the cup and he's the only one on our roster? They told us what the answer is. The answer is no. ETH is the senior partner in this relationship, right? Yes. So this is the issue. This is the issue. Different from Liverpool, right? Different from Liverpool, right? Yeah. You had a right expectation for club like, like Fergie. Okay, this season now you need to win because of your history.
Yeah.
Right? What history does Geno's have?
Not much, honestly.
Right?
I mean, they have.
One more thing. If this guy can pick up a trophy this season while they're still building, while they're still trying to put the team together, and while they're still trying to establish a club identity, which they told everyone they wanted to do, I think it's bad for them. I think they're being pragmatic, but they should just come out and say it.
From what you're saying, that it means this guy is not leaving. At least this season, they're gonna keep him.
I think it will. I think they'll sack him though. I think if the results don't pick up, they'll sack him. Because I mean, the fans won't have it. Like, look at you guys. You're a snapshot of your fan base. And if by December this nonsense is still going on, where you win one match and lose two matches, the fans are not good. They were booing today. He subbed. I think he took off. He made a substitution. He took off Garnacho, and they were booing him. The fans are not having it. Yeah.
Because they took off Garnacho, which is not. And I hate to say that the fans were wrong. Ola, Oga Kwame, go watch the game. Yes, Rashford is the scapegoat. It's very easy to. So they took off Garnacho, and it's like the Maguire thing, right? Now we are entrenched in our caricatures of these players. That it doesn't matter what's happening in front of our eyes. Yeah. So they took off Garnacho, and everyone thinks that you really should take off Rashford. But Rashford is the only person actually producing, right? So just the way it is.
Let's talk about the new Champions League format. I did not watch the draw. I mean, I don't have reason to watch it. My team is not in it. But
disclaimer up front.
Let me just say right now. Listen, I don't even know who we are playing in Europa. That's how much. Guys, I've been so disconnected from football. I'm not even gonna lie. But what is? A lot of people are like mad about the format. I don't understand what the new format is, so I don't even know whether to be mad at it or whether to be happy. What are your thoughts? Go ahead.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't escape it in Europa either. So it's the same format in Champions League. Yes, it's the same format. Okay. The Swiss model. So it's the same format. I think they agreed this format 2 years ago. So it's not like it was just out of the blue. It's just, of course, any radical change in football or Champions, people will be angry. And I understand it. People don't really like change when they are set in their ways. But the thing I always say is, even this Champions League format that just changed before this one, they've changed Champions League format like 3 or 4 times in my lifetime. So it's not like, oh, it's only one format. There was one time they had 2 group stages. There was one time it was, okay, winner of each group will play. Yeah, there were 2 group stages.
Okay.
Yeah. First group stage, and then after you qualify, they put you in another group, and then you play another group stage before you now get to semi-finals. Yeah, it was like that. Yeah, and even before the group stages, it was just straight knockouts. So it has changed 3-4 times, and this is a new format.
So getting used to this new format, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, but the thing is, I see the point of this new format. So not all change is good. I can't say every change is always good. Of course, some changes are bad. But right. I'm on board with this one. And I'm not naive. They did this because of money. That's part of it. Because they were earning 3.5 billion, I think, on the previous one. And now they probably be earning 4.5 billion. So, yeah. But let's not lie. Most of that money is going to the clubs. And they did this because of the Super League. Because the Super League was almost the same format. But the Super League was different in the sense that there won't have been any jeopardy. So there'll be jeopardy in this one. So basically, they have a 36 team league. All of you 36 teams, you have one big league, but you play 8 games. So the difference now is you're playing 8 games, but you're not playing everybody home and away. So you play some teams at home, some teams away. 4 teams at home, 4 teams away.
Okay.
Now the form bit is this: the top 8 teams, you go straight to the quarterfinals, and you go straight to the round of 16. Round of 16. Okay. The first 8. But then if you finish between 9th and 9th and 16th, 9th and 24th. Yes. Now, if you finish between 9th and 24th, then you go into a playoff round. So you knock each other out, and then the 8 teams from that join the 8 teams that finish top.
Okay.
First to 8. So then now becomes a group of 16.
And
so the effect of
it's like NFL wild card.
Sorry?
I'm just saying, just like NFL wild card.
Yeah. So the bottom from 26 to 25 to 36, you could get knocked out of Europe totally. So there's no dropping into Europa. Like before, that Sevilla would just drop out from Champions League and go and start beating everybody in Europa. Nothing like that. Nothing like that.
At least I can play Europa League in peace without worrying about Sevilla.
In peace, without worrying about Sevilla dropping from somewhere and start beating everybody in Europa. So, but the overall effect of these changes is people will see it that there are no dead rubbers. There won't be as many dead rubbers as previous format. So the previous format, in the group of 4, if you win your first 4 games, you are basically guaranteed qualification. And in that format, you're playing only 3 teams. Now you have to play 8 different teams. So you're playing teams of varying quality. Maybe like Liverpool, we have Real Madrid, we have Leverkusen to play. And then we still have we have Milan away. So like you're playing proper teams right from the get-go. You're not playing
team more than once. You're not playing any team more than once. Okay.
Only one. So in the group stage, you're playing 8 different teams. The former format, you played only 3 teams in the group stage. Now you play 8 different teams. Okay. And the jeopardy is the fact that the previous one, you could win 4 games and just scale through without. You could even win 3 games and draw 1 game. Mm-hmm. And then your last 2 games come dead rubber. Now, based on the position, everybody's fighting for positions now. Up to the final game week, you might still be fighting for trying to make top 8, or you're trying to solidify your position. Because the higher you go, so like, for example, if Liverpool finished first and then Madrid finished second, it's guaranteed that Liverpool and Madrid will not meet until the final. So you can actually you're actually fighting for position so that you don't meet tougher teams down the road in the knockout. So there's something to play for all the way through, unlike the previous formats. Now, like I said, I'm not naive. They did this because of more money, because there are more matches. I think there's like maybe 40 more matches compared to the previous one. So, but the only difference is overall compared to the previous one, you play only 2 matches more overall. That's
each team. So say for example, Real Madrid made it all the way to the final last year, right? And if they made it to the final this year again, they would only play 2 more games this year than they did last year.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, if they finish top 8, if they finish between 1st and 8th, they'll play only 2 more games. That's the impact on them. They'll play only 2 more games overall. So, but it's still not great because it's still more games. They have to fit it in the calendar. But I mean, compared to what the Super League was proposing, this is amicable kind of, okay, let's settle it. Because let me tell you why they did this. Because those big clubs were asking for more revenue. The ones that wanted to break away for the Super League, they were like, man, we're the biggest club.
All of them.
Yeah, we need more money. So UEFA had to devise this way, like, okay, we'll get a format where there are more matches to play. There's more money for everybody, more money for us too, for UEFA. More money for UEFA, more money for the clubs. So they have to devise it. And I think at the end of the day, we'll see that, okay, this was more competitive. Going forward, it's going to be a bit tricky trying to navigate how different it is. But until you actually start watching it, I'll send you a video. There was one nice video they did, like a skit where they had Buffon, they had the UEFA president was there, Zlatan, they had Rodri. So it's a nice skit trying to talk about this new format.
Yeah,
it's really
put it in our group. I want to watch it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's even in the Facebook group, but of course, you're on sabbatical from Facebook, so you won't see it.
Right now. Put it in our group, please. Yeah. Chucky, what do you care about this new format? What are your thoughts?
Money and relevancy at the end of the day. Ola kind of put the lipstick on the pig, so I think it's still a pig at the end of the day. Look, when the Super League came out and people were like, blah, 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 Gary Neville was on TV, blah, 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 everyone was doing their righteous anger and doing all their moralistic content.
You say righteous anger?
Yeah, I'm talking to both of you, actually. Actually, both of you are pro points. I'm telling you guys, like, don't you guys just see this is just money, man. That's what we're talking about here. They don't care how many games these players are playing. They don't care about anything other than making more revenue.
It's only two more games, though.
It's fine. The two more. It's already too many games. Right? You added two more. Okay. So the clubs want to make money. The organization, the organizers want to make money. Let me give you an analogy. Let's say all the corporations come, especially the tech companies come and say, hey, we have a better way to organize the elections. We'll figure out a way to make sure everybody is able to give their votes where they are, whether in their classroom, whether on the party, wherever they are electronically, no problem, encrypted, secure, no problem. It will guarantee that everybody is able to, we enable people to take, actually take part in the electoral process doing this, right? Instead of the low percentage of people that come out, to vote on voting day. Versus minus the states that have mail-in and stuff like that. Okay. And people saying, oh my goodness, they just really want to sell our vote. It's totally morally wrong and bankrupt. This is how they rig it, blah, blah, blah. Who's going to earn, blah, blah, And the government saying, no, we will never stand for that. This corporation just want to lord over you guys and take control, right? Then the next election, the government was like, you know what? We have a new electronic system. And guess what? Everybody can vote. It's the same bullshit that's happening right now. This club, the only bad thing about the Super League was the people who came up with it. The clubs, right? And you was like, no, you're not going to make us.
That was not the only bad thing about the Super League. That was not the only bad thing.
He's the main. That's so.
There was no sporting integrity to it. Like it was a closed shop.
That's what you said.
There was no. That was what they proposed. They just said we are going to invite people to participate. There was no like you qualify from your league. They said we are going to invite some clubs to participate.
Because we did not see them implement it, right?
That's what they wanted to do, though.
Yeah, that's true. And they would have changed. They would have taken suggestions. In fact, I think they did.
Are you sure? Are you sure they would have changed?
To make it more sellable. I'm not trying to argue here. What I'm saying is that this is a money play. This is a money play by UEFA, which is fine. FIFA, UEFA, they all do this nonsense, right? How do we? And yes, it's mutually beneficial, and that's the bait. We'll make money, but guess what, my friend? You, the club, you will also make money. United is going to play 20, Porto, Fenerbahce, PAOK, Bodo Glint, some password, who knows? Rangers and FCSB, right?
Chucky remains for playing back.
At least they're not playing serviettes. They're not playing tissue paper like Chelsea.
Kleenex FC.
I'm with Ola. I'm not mad at it from a structural standpoint and the incentives to be competitive. But what is the baseline? The baseline is this will net more money for UEFA and the clubs, not directly, but through their TV revenue. Simple, period, end of story. You can put a cap on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let me take some comments. Dr. Sykett is in the chat. Dr. Sykett goes, new Champions League format. Yay for now. Reason the eventual champion will need to play more teams to reach the cup. Gives more chances to the most consistent team overall. For now, I'm interested indeed. And he has another comment directed to me. Kwame, waiting happen, bro. I can't tag you. Did you block me? No, brother. Sykett, I did not block you. I did not block anyone on Facebook. I'm taking time off of Facebook and Instagram to focus on some things personally. That's all. I just need to focus. That's it. I will never block you. I can never block you. If I block you, I know you'll find me. All right, let's go to the next one. We have
sorry, Oga Pami. I just want to say there was a sliding doors moment today. All these people that were looking for you, they would have been looking for you if Liverpool had lost. Let me tell you what Trent did. I mean, you missed this. Trent scored like in the 6 minutes. He scored in 6 minutes, and then he went to the camera and did that nonsense that Gerrard did all those years ago. Went to kiss the camera. He thought this was a goal. Then the goal was ruled out. And in my mind, I was like, man, if we lose this match, it will haunt Trent forever. Because why would you go to the camera and start kissing the camera and then the goal got disallowed? I mean, it was just a sliding dust moment, and it got disallowed because of Salah. Salah, I think, touched the ball. He was in an offside position, so that's why it got disallowed. So, but when that happened, I was just like, karma will catch this guy today. That you went to kiss camera and then you now lost the match. But luckily,
that would have been a picture perfect. Remember when Garnacho went to sit on the to this day, they still make memes out of that thing. Anyway,
Trent was lucky. So all the people looking for you, they would have been looking for you. They would have been looking for you.
I know it is because of them that I left. The cycle goes, so ending era somewhere else. Come back soon. Miss you. No worries, bro. Miss you too, man. Miss you too. Gerrard was playing SAF. Trent was playing end of eras and Facebook account. All right, let's talk about loyalty in football. I think, Ola, you were the one who suggested this topic, and it was in light of Sterling or Jadon Sancho.
Not just Sterling, just generally. Yeah, but Raheem Sterling was probably the instigator for it. So,
listen, deadline day was crazy. I couldn't keep up with what was going on. And Sterling to Arsenal, Jadon Sancho to Chelsea with the most ridiculous obligation to buy I've ever seen at only £23 million. Victor Osimhen apparently does not have a club anymore. What's his name? Ivan Toney off in the desert, playing desert football. What is going on?
Winner chicken dinner.
Like crazy. So talk to us, Ola. What is like loyalty in football, bro? I think it's out the window. But tell me, what are you thinking?
Yeah, because I will just go back to all the one club men that we eulogize and the Scholes, one club man, Ryan Giggs, one club man. Even Gerrard was not a one club man, but they talk about him as if he was a one club man. So my guy,
when he left Liverpool, he went to
America.
He went to the United States. That doesn't count. I don't. That's not for me.
So in your mind, he's a one club man. Well,
yeah, because I mean, it's not like he left Liverpool and then went to like AC Milan or went to the United States to go and teach high school children how to play football, because that's essentially
fair enough. But I mean, he also got tempted. He wanted to join Chelsea twice. In fact, there was one he was almost signing for them before the Liverpool fans went to now start trying to burn his house and stuff like that. Well, not really, but they just threatened. And my guy they didn't do that. But I just mean they're like, we'll go and burn this guy's house if you try this nonsense. But he loved us so much he stayed. But my point is, people started putting memes of Raheem Sterling that, look at him. Yeah, he's touching the badge for Liverpool, touching the badge for Man City, he's touching the badge for Arsenal and Chelsea. But then I was like, well, I mean, football clubs are not loyal to players either. Look at Scott McTominay for you guys. He has been in United all his career, and then the club was like, man, Napoli is calling.
Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt. That guy's been at the club since he was 5 years old.
Yeah, all his years. Yeah, that's what I mean. All his life, not just all his career, all his life. And then when it was time to kick him out, they kicked him out. Chelsea, you feel guilty. You feel guilty. But my point is, the clubs are not loyal to when they don't need to be. When they feel that like, look at what Chelsea did to Sterling. They just told him, "Man, we don't need you anymore. You can't even train with the main group." And the biggest example we have for Liverpool that benefited us was Chiesa. We got him for Federico Chiesa for 10 million pounds.
12 million with
12 million. Yeah, that's add-ons. And why did we get him for that? Because they were not letting him train with Juventus. They had basically blacklisted him because they were like, we don't need you anymore. Yeah, they just said we don't need you anymore.
Didn't Enrico Chiesa play? Isn't that his father? Didn't his father play
that's
for?
Father.
Did his father play for Juventus or no?
Yeah. Played in Parma. Played for Parma too. Parma. Yeah, but yeah, this is his son, and he was really good for Italy when they won the Euros. But yeah, he had an ACL injury, and then he had maybe issues coming back from that. But basically, they just cut him out and just said you can't even train with us. So my main point is, well, I don't know if that loyalty was always there, because I mean for United it was easy for schools and gigs to be loyal because you guys were winning. So I mean that's why they stayed, and Ferguson was happy to have them because they were good players. But when loyalty flies out the window, Roy Keane was kicked out, Jaap Stam was kicked out, Nistelrooy was kicked out. Man, loyalty, I think that's always been a myth. Some people just feel like, oh, why a player should just show loyalty. Man, what's loyalty? Be loyal to your paycheck, man. Be loyal to your paycheck. That's what I feel. I don't think loyalty has ever existed in football. People think it has because we talk about all those one club men. I just think it was just a convenience, a marriage of convenience, basically. Like Carragher stayed he was one club man for Liverpool. But I don't think AC Milan was knocking down the door to ask for Carragher's signature. That's why he stayed with Liverpool, not because he was that loyal. I mean, if AC Milan or maybe one of Real Madrid came with 50 million, he probably would have gone. And all this loyalty of one club man, and we exalt them for that. I don't think that. I don't know what Chucky thinks. Do you think is it something that existed that you thought maybe loyalty ever existed in football? I don't know. What do you think, guys?
So football is run like a corporation, like any other corporation. If you're in any corporate world, if you have a unit that comes up together, right, and it's successful, the tendency of everyone in that unit to be in that unit because they'll be protected, right? So the Fergie era, having the fledglings come in with Beckham, the Nevilles, and everyone come in from the academy, it's kind of unique, right? You see that in Ajax, and most places you see that is in Belgium. The Belgian clubs do that a lot. Right, but what they did have is a Ferguson that achieved a bombastic level of success under it. So that unit stays together. But even in that protected unit, go watch all the documentaries, go read all the books. Fergie will go into the assistant manager's team and like, this person's gone. Don't pick him again.
Yeah.
Once you fall out there, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Beckham, Ronaldo. Like he's out. Go tell him.
Yeah.
So that's the deal. A lot of this romantic view of kissing the badge or blah blah blah. Look, we can have a useful academy system where people, especially from the locality, not people they fly in like the Garnachos, people from the locality go develop skills like Rashford and McTominay and the rest of them. I don't know the Liverpool players. Develop through the youth system and come up, but it doesn't mean they have to stay.
Right.
It doesn't. Right. A player or a worker in a corporate world or any person should look after number one, and number one is themselves, their family. That is
exactly
correct.
Because if they get injured, if they lose form, right, they'll get frozen out. They can be a Rashford, they can be a Ronaldo, they can be a Sancho at any time. 100%. They can be a Maguire.
Right.
At any time, just take one small thing, one small change in fortune, and you're like on the bad side of everything.
Right.
And now you don't have any upward mobility. You can't get the wage you need. So when you're hot, Osimhen, I think it's probably the most stupid version of this I've seen recently. You get out of there when your stock is the highest.
Yeah.
He can fire his agent tomorrow.
Yeah. I swear.
On the way to winning that Scudetto, he could have been getting a new contract from somewhere else. Doesn't matter where. Use that to build your next contract.
Yeah.
Right? And now look at him.
His situation was a bit more from the club, because apparently he had agreed the deal with the Saudis, with the Saudi club. They have agreed the deal. The transfer fee was agreed, wages were agreed. Then the Napoli president, that guy is very shady. He started inflating the transfer fee. He was like, oh, okay, no, I want more money now. And then the Saudi club were like, what are you talking about? We already agreed the transfer deal. And then
are you talking about when they won or now?
No, this one that just happened 2 days ago.
Okay, no, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about when they won, when he was rising. And
won. Okay.
At that point, before the Nations Cup, he should have got out of there. That's like 101. 101.
Yeah.
At your age, what you are able to do, get out of there.
Especially at that time when there were actually clubs that would have put the money down.
Exactly.
Chelsea would have put the money down. Now, whether he would have gone on to replicate whatever he did,
who cares?
Nobody cares. But he's cashing out, right? Nobody cares about that.
That's the whole point. Look at Rashford. And if you like, abuse his family, show him Waka on Twitter, whatever the case might be. That guy is banking 350K large ones every week.
Facts. And look, that's why when we talk about loyalty, I like to fall back on the reality that at the end of the day, these footballers are humans just like us.
Yeah.
Just like us. They have to take care of themselves. They have to take care of their parents. They have to take care of their siblings. They have to in their lives. They're the pillar in their family, right? So when you start talking about loyalty, the loyalty is there only as long as it remains convenient for them. So if I see Sterling holding up an Arsenal shirt and a Manchester City shirt and a Liverpool shirt and a Chelsea shirt, now in luck be that though. That's success for me. The guy is successful. So look, it's a different time we're in now, where football is a lot more commercial, it's a lot more corporate driven, there's a lot more money involved. And whenever money becomes important in something, brother, loyalty, who loyalty help? I mean, if it's convenient, we'll keep you, and I'll stay. If it's not convenient, you're gone. It is what it is.
And some of these players don't even want to be playing the game. Exactly. There's a higher percentage of players that are playing the game today that do not want to play this game versus 10, 15, 20 years ago.
That's true. I agree with that.
This is a lifestyle.
That's true. For them, this is, like we have our day-to-day jobs, right? Go to. For these players, it's a hobby for them. They don't. This is not that. I mean, they love playing football. But it's a hobby at the end of the day. They didn't go to school for this. They don't get degrees and certifications for this. They're just good at it and they do it. So, look, loyalty is good. It sounds romantic. It's a great idea conceptually, but we have to be realistic, and look, it's good for both sides. For as long as it benefits the club, they'll keep you. For as long as it benefits the player, he'll stay.
Yeah.
Dr. Psychic says, to be honest, Sterling to Arsenal is the one that I liked as a football fan. He gets into a system that can be more productive for him and the current
club.
We need to look at the term loyalty as per the present day scenario. Klopp is a loyal manager. He never went to another club in the same league or division. Players like Gerrard, Giggs, Buffon, Casillas, it was a different time, different mindset. Nowadays, football is purely business. Players are a commodity. Player performance and peak years aren't guaranteed. Lots of variables, injuries, change in management. If someone has given their all to a club and the club isn't being
Yeah, didn't finish that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think we could finish that. Osimhen, well, it is a stupid scenario, and he's as much to blame along with his agent. Shouldn't have signed that extension, and
Absolutely.
that gave Napoli the reins. That's true. As soon as it's and then with the whole,
Correct. Doctor's killing out the park.
crazy. Yeah, Mbappe.
Same thing with Tony. Tony did the same thing.
Mbappe is the prototype.
What's Tony's club's name again?
Brentford.
Brentford was like, hey, we're going to give you, we love you, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about your gambling part. We're going to give you a contact renewal. He's like, bros, hold that bag. I'm good.
Yeah.
I like to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to see what happens. I mean, my name is on the tongue of everybody, blah, blah. I want to see who the highest bidder is. If we see them and you can match them, no problem. I'll stay. If not, I'm going to do what's best for me and my family. I don't care if it's in Saudi Arabia or Qatar or South Korea. Who cares?
Facts.
Yeah.
Listen, even me said we go Saudi now. How much are they?
You don't want to play for Chelsea. You don't want to play for Chelsea. Yeah, you can play for Chelsea too.
I will remove Chelsea. I wear Chelsea.
What club does Ronaldo play for?
Does who?
Ronaldo. Cristiano.
Al Hilal.
Something.
Al Hilal, stuff like that. I walk into the Adidas store in Portland.
Al Nassr.
Al Nassr.
Oh,
Al Nassr. Al Nassr. Yes. I don't follow the league, so who cares, right? So I walk into the Adidas employee store. That's where you get like big headquarters. That's where you get like 50% off. You get the little coupon. Obviously, that's like a boys move, right? So I go in there, smack in the middle of where they have the football kit.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm seeing? Like a full mannequin with an Al Nassr on it. The kit looks lit and everything. Why?
Ronaldo.
Exactly. Who cares what the league is?
Yeah.
They don't care.
You gotta sell it.
It's about marketing.
Yeah.
Al Nassr, who cares? Tony's gonna go to. Who cares? At the end of the day, is who's shelling the money to guarantee that your future generations are, better off than you started.
But Chucky, you're saying who cares? Well, that's why I have a problem, because many fans do care. They're like, why is this guy going there? Why is he not?
By definition, the fan is an unreasonable person, right? So I wouldn't base your life on what fans think.
I agree with you. I just get frustrated that fans always overreact when it comes to things like that. They're like, oh no, this guy why is he going to play in that place? Why is he not loyal? Why is this? I'm like, come on, let these players need football is a short career. Football is really a short career. You can get maybe 10 years at the maximum on average, 10 years at the top level, and then your career is finished. So let these guys make their money. Let these guys, but fans don't understand that. They're like, no, why are you going there?
Yeah, fans by definition are unreasonable. Look at me. I see they wear my United shirt. I have no business wearing
Yeah, I remember when a reasonable example that comes to me is I think when ETH came in and people were trying to gauge, is it going to be a Glazer puppet and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what do you mean by that? He worked there. Like, you work at Best Buy, you won't say shit to your supervisor, but you want the manager to come on TV blast his employee. That's very unreasonable.
No, you know what? You don't do that. Yeah. Dr. Psychic goes, I bet gone to some. I bet. Is it Ivan Benjamin?
Ivan Tony, yeah.
Yeah, Ivan Benjamin Edward Tony. I think that's it. Elijah, sorry. Ivan gone to somewhere. He has more money to bet with. Only catch might get free jail time too. He goes, some players go for cups, laurels, some for money, individual choices. Why try to stuff my POV down somewhere else's throat? Okay, we're gonna talk. We're already over time. We're gonna talk about the last topic, non-football related. It's about whether we are who's Team Deadpool, who's Team Wolverine. I've not watched either. I don't know what. So I'm just gonna sit here and watch you guys talk.
You've not watched the new one.
Nope.
No.
Haven't.
And what about you?
So I don't watch movies because I have a very short attention span, and I fall asleep very easily, and I find movies too long. I don't. That's actually when I think movies are way too long. I can't sit there for like 2-3 hours watching one movie, especially at the movie theater where I can't pause it. So that's what
I follow them, not just because I have young kids, just because I've even me myself, I've followed the comic books and all that stuff. So yes, I watched all of that. It's all goodness. So let's see. So if it's a color thing, like Red Bull's done the traditional red and black, which is Manchester United in there, but Wolverine in there is also yellow. So you have like a combination of all of these things, right? So there's definitely affinity there for both of them. But you have to go to Wolverine, right? Like you have to go Team Yellow. You got to go. Who is iconic, gritty, disgruntled. He's the first anti-hero before Deadpool tried to be one. Albeit a very funny I love the Deadpool character in every way. The way he breaks through the fourth wall and all that good stuff. But Wolverine is it. He's just a bastard, right? A misfit. Then the adamantium and the self-healing powers, just like Deadpool. Obviously, that's why they kind of link them together.
Yeah.
I think he has a very compelling story, and he's just he's a comic book darling, always will be. I think Deadpool, because of the movies, is pushing towards that. The Wolverine, because of the comic background, has always had that, and it's just fabulous on the silver screen. So either way, I'm Wolverine, 1,000%.
Yeah. You won't find me disagreeing with you. I think I lean too much. I mean, basically for all the reasons he just mentioned, Wolverine will be the one for me. I love Deadpool now, but I mean, I wouldn't say it was somebody I knew. It was a superhero I knew much about until Ryan Reynolds made him very popular. But Wolverine, the anti-hero, the one who is always angry, who is always raging, he has no joy in him at all, with his claws and stabbing people up and down. Yeah, but he's the proper anti-hero. And I think Hugh Jackman has really done a great job with Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure they could have. Not sure they could have cast somebody else. Maybe they could have cast somebody shorter, because in the comics Wolverine is really short.
Okay,
But but Hugh Jackman is on the tall side. But I mean, Logan. I think Logan was where Wolverine died. Spoiler alert. But they managed to just recon it and put it in this movie. And the reason why I talk about this one is it's the highest grossing R-rated film of all time now. This Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, they're making billions, man. I think Ryan Reynolds is going to take some of that money and put it into his club. This is what club that club that he has in England.
Wrexham.
Yeah, Wrexham. Maybe he's going to take some of that money and buy Mbappe for Wrexham and bring them up to the Premier League. Who knows? Yeah, because that guy's making bank. He's making a lot of money with these Deadpool films, and
he's a salesperson. He knows how to sell, 100%.
Yeah,
he does. He does. But in answer to the question, it's Wolverine. Wolverine all the way.
All right. I guess it's Wolverine gang. And even though I don't know what you guys are talking about, I also will vote Wolverine. And Dr. Sagas in the chat is also voting Wolverine. Ben goes, Olga, do you get to explain why you blocked all of us on social? Brother, okay, let me just repeat again. Guys, I did not block you. I did not block anyone. No one is blocked. I have no beef with anyone. I just had to take a break from Facebook and Instagram. That's all. You guys know I'm a human being. I have goals in life.
They want you just to be entertaining them, just be ranting up and down.
Just bring the balance.
I have parents, I have siblings, I have work, I have a life, actually.
I told you fans are unreasonable.
I know. Thank you, Dr. Saikat. Already defending him in the chat. It didn't get him blocked.
It's not really defending you. It's not really defending you.
The class action to sue the end. Don't fire you. Wrexham. Okay. Anyway, Chucky, Ola, thank you guys so much for educating me on something I did not care to know about today, which is how bad the game was today. And look, I'm gonna be tempted to do it, but I'm not even gonna watch the highlights. I don't want to know.
You should watch the highlights. It's okay. We're here for you.
All right. Anyway, Ola, thank you for going easy on us, because I would have canceled this show. I'd Linger been the one. in place of been the one on the show, I would have been like, peace out. I'm not pulling out. But of course, Chucky, appreciate you for coming. And also, you guys follow Chucky at the Daily Mank. Are you on X, Chucky?
Yeah, that is that the Daily Mank is on X. Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Of course, all out nice to see you again. And everybody in the chat, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Memvindo. Shout out to Dr. Psycat, Linger, Okechukwu, Onomed, and Toby as well. And also Ayo as well. All right, until next time, guys. May God be with you. It's an international break. So United fans, book an extra appointment with the therapist. So
1, 2, 3. See you.
Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, I got it.